Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the ManDem United podcast, the podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. So please keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United related, please, people. Apologies you didn't get the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A earlier on today, people. Family stuff again, so that's why I've been doing the nursery one with my niece. So it's just through my whole what I'm saying, body clock off, people. So that's why, what I'm saying, you didn't get the show earlier. But it is the Friday edition of the show. So before we get into all things Manchester United, what I'm saying, got the done from the best coast, which is the West Coast. Eddie in the building. What are you telling me, family? You good?
I'm good. I'm good. Let me stop faking the funk. I'm all right.
Are
I'm
you
all
all
right.
right?
I'm just this club, man. But we
we
got a
go.
show to get into, so we don't get into it. We don't get into
Yeah, because I know you got plenty to say, so we are gonna go into all of that. And like I said, everybody, please make sure keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United related. Bump up the likes as well. Let's hit that like button instantly. Like check 1212. Already at double figures. Let's get up to 20 likes, people. Please share this across all of the socials as well. And on top of those two things, liking and sharing, make sure you hit the subscribe button, Sarcasm City TV as well. And make sure when you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. It is rolled to 8K. We're at 7,130. Net subscriber mark in this show is 7,135. And of course, if you do indeed super chat as well, we will get straight to your comment and question as well. But before, what I'm saying, we get into all things Manchester United, I got to welcome very special guest.
it.
Very special guest. You lot have seen him a few times on the fan calling shows. You would have seen him in the chat as well. You've heard me say on a few occasions that he's next up. Genuinely believe that as well. Very knowledgeable, very level-headed Manchester United fan for his age, which is rare. You know what I'm saying? Because you get people, I've seen people who are much older than him lose it about this football club, about certain things. And I'm like, this makes no sense. So I got to welcome the young G in the building. Like I said, definitely next up, without doubt. My like Nero knows ball is here. Yes, fam. What are you telling me? You good?
Bro, I'm good, man. What an intro, fam. I'm
That's no
honored.
lie, man.
Yeah.
It's
What
no
they
I'm
lie.
say,
honored to be in here, fam.
youngest in charge, youngest in
Come on,
charge,
Yeah,
bro.
my
man.
boy.
That's
Next
how we
up,
do
man.
things here.
There
Next
we
up, I'm
go.
telling you. So I will be adding Nero's channel to the title as well. One of the mods, please put the link for his channel in the comment section as well. But Nero, you welcome, you blessing everything, yeah?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Thank you for having me on here, innit?
Yeah,
First,
man.
yeah, YouTube debut and that. So, yeah,
Yeah, man.
it's
First
going to be a
debut,
good
you
show,
did
Love
it
it.
bro.
right.
Love it.
100%, 100%. But let's get into all things Manchester United. And as you can see from the title, people, Andre Onana to Manchester United, close according to reports. So, Eddie, we'll start with you. Thoughts on that
Mm.
situation and what's going on?
First off, shout out Stephanie Sachs.
Oh,
I
yeah,
hope
big
I
up the
said
chat.
your name right. Warrior J, all in the chat. Hey man, I saw one clip today and I became a fan. I'm not gonna lie. He's talking to a reporter, right? And he's asking the reporter's asking like, what scares you about Holland? He's like, scared. I ain't scared of nobody.
Yeah, I seen that.
And then they asked him,
Seen that.
he asked him, like, you know who I'm scared of? God. I was like, you know what? Hey man, we might have something. We might
Yeah,
have
bad boy.
something.
He's
Bad,
a
you dig
bad
what I'm
boy.
saying? Hey, only you gotta be cut from a certain cloth for you to say that and for me to believe it. You dig what I'm talking about? So I like what I seen. Attitude wise, I think I said on a couple of other streams, he fits the profile. One thing I will, and we'll get on to the other dude who signed for our club. I won't speak on him until I have to.
We'll get to that.
One of the things I've noticed about this manager is like you got to be of a certain profile to even be around. Like you got to be somewhat cutthroat to even get the respect of him. So he likes competitors. I do too. And so I'm excited about Onana. I can't even front. I think just to have somebody who could actually play a pass to us in front of goal is gonna be a beautiful sight. Give me 1 second. 1 second.
No stress. We'll go to you, Nero, on that. Onana. Happy
Bro,
about it, not happy about it. Talk to us. Thoughts.
you know me. I'm happy about this. Like, everything we need in a goalkeeper is right there. Oh, none of that. Distribution, just like the overall presence. Like, he sold himself to me in that final. In the UCL final, It was done. It was done, and it's crazy because after that game, I didn't think we were gonna go and get him. Like I didn't think we had a chance. But yeah, I'm gassed. I'm actually gassed. This has to get done by next week because we need the goalkeeper in as soon as possible. Like that should have been here before Mason Mount. Let's be real.
Mhm.
And I'm seeing links that we're getting rumored with like some other backup keepers and like some young G's. So, bro, David De Gea, just the door's there. Like I'm not trying to hear that he can come back like on some WWE thing. Like just bake off, stay there, go to Saudi. Like De Gea thinks he's gonna come back, move like Undertaker and that. Nah, stay over there. Because as I said, yeah, look at the way David De Gea is. Like he has no offers. Like Saudi is his only concrete offer is Saudi, bro. So that just tells you the level. Like you always can gauge a level of a player by the club they're getting linked to. And yeah, he's a scrub. He's finished, man. Like I don't care. Not even as a number 2. People saying, "Oh, he can stay." I don't even want him as a number 2. I want him gone.
So you're like that. You're like totally gone. So say for instance,
Yeah.
Let me just ask you the question. So say for instance, we do sign Onana and it's clear Onana gets the number 1 shirt. He's the number 1. You wouldn't even want to see De Gea here as a number 2.
Nah.
Okay, go on. Why?
Because I think it's pointless. Like it's just a sentiment thing. We're not. You see, Man United, they're not ruthless enough. We're not ruthless enough. Like David De Gea, yeah. I'm tired of this sentiment thing. This is the perfect time to get rid of him. And like by signing him onto another contract, it's just holding us back further. It's just holding us back. Like as a second goalkeeper, it doesn't even make sense because out of our second choice goalkeepers, who's played? I don't think I've seen Heaton.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't think I've seen Heaton this season. I haven't even seen Butland this season, other than on the bench, bro. So it's like David De Gea, even 200k for a backup goalkeeper who's gonna play like
ain't no fucking way.
A handful of games. Yeah, it's too expensive. So just cut our losses. Not even our losses, but just get him out of here, man. Get him out. Leave.
Okay. But the club has done that though, because you mentioned it there about the club moving ruthless. Because currently he don't seem real, but he is currently not contract. He's out of contract.
Yeah, I know that.
He's a free agent.
But
yeah, it's crazy.
I don't know why. We need to announce that. Announce it tomorrow. Announce it because he doesn't play for this club. Only Man United can do. I've never heard of that. Like when a player leaves a club, but then you can sign them on again. Like, what does that even mean, bro? So what? Like, it's possible that David De Gea, if he stops playing for like 2 months, Man United could actually offer him a contract.
If he's still a free agent, technically, yes, yeah.
Yeah, it don't make sense to me. Like, just get him out.
Come with that bag. Saudi gonna come with that bag. It's just if he wants to say yes or no at this point.
Yeah, but even Saudi don't want to give him the bread. Like, they're not trying to give him what
they will.
Nah. I saw they weren't trying to give him what he was on at Man United, bro. So. Nah. He just needs to go Saudi.
That might be his only option. Very similar to Cristiano Ronaldo, because Warrior J says here United are also looking to recruit a number 2 goalkeeper and exploring a deal for Zion. Is that Suzuki of Japanese side? Is that
he's cold.
You said Zion. Where your mind at, my boy? Where your mind?
That's what he said. A deal for Zion Suzuki. That's what he said.
His name is Zion.
He said Zion.
Oh, I thought you was playing. Yeah, we ain't signing those Zions. They gotta get the stock up a little bit. We ain't them brothers in the blood right now. We ain't signing those Zions.
For those that know, is he like full Japanese or is he Japanese black?
Nah, I think I saw a picture. I thought it was AI generated. He Ghanaian and Japanese.
Yeah, I knew there was some. There ain't no
an American
Japanese brother called Zion. You know what I'm saying?
He's like Japanese.
He said Zion. I was like, hey, brother, I don't know.
He's Japanese Ghanaian and American, I think. Yes. I watched the comp on him.
Okay.
I watched the little comp on him, bro. Yeah, that's like if Onana worst case scenario, bro. Like this guy potentially could be it. Like he's actually good from what I've seen. I don't want to guess up too much because it's only comps, but the guy looks comfy on his feet. He does. Like
I hear you.
Baby Onana. I'm calling it here, fam.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Hey, Warrior, actually, you might know Nero. How old is he?
I think he's young. He
20.
gotta be young.
Oh,
Yeah,
Zion's
he's 20.
Cool. Yeah, if we get him,
Yeah,
I'm calling him Zion. Forget the Suzuki business. You're Zion. You know what I'm saying? That's your
apparently we've been tracking him for 6 years or something. What? 6 years though? That's a bit weird.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But you know what? That's how football clubs move. Like in terms of that, like they can be tracking players for yonks, you know, and then like going and get them at a certain age, whether it's 20 or even at like 18, 19. You see it where teams will take a player from an academy to put in their academy. I think we did that with Ganacho. I think he's a prime example.
Yeah.
I think we did, but yeah, Eddie, back to you on the Onana situation and the Onana deal. Thoughts?
No, again, you know, I think one of the growing conversations this entire summer period has been Ten Hag's talent ID. And so this is one of those situations where he's familiar with the player, and because he's familiar with the player, he feels the need to sign him. Now, Onana might be, you know, we could say the same thing about Martinez. Pretty much signed him from his club that he came from. And we've seen how he's turned out. You can say the same thing about Anthony. Anthony, not so much. But you've seen glimpses that make you somewhat hopeful for the future. When I see what I see as a problem, I can't really project because I haven't watched him in depthly, right? Like I haven't seen him week in, week out to understand the types of strengths and weaknesses he has towards his game. But people have spoken on his ability to play the ball. So I mean, anything like that is an upgrade from De Gea. So we have to at least large that up as a positive. But yeah, it'll be see this is what I'm saying. But I say Onana can play striker. Come on now, people. Let's relax. Yeah, I'm just interested to see how he adjusts to life in the Prem. It's not like he's not seeing some great attacks over there when he was at Inter. Like he's played against great teams. Champions League, he showed out. So he's familiar. The good thing is we're going in with him familiar with the Champions League demands. The problem might be what's around him, though. You know, like with regards to the left back situation and the right back situation, like that'll be an interesting one to see how he handles. Because me personally, like I want new fullbacks. And I don't see us going in for any this time around. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how we handle wingers again this season. And not only that, how we attack from that position, because attacks are becoming more dependent upon your wingers. I mean, your fullbacks being able to play a ball into your attacking players and having a certain type of connection with your attacking players. And all that, you know, falls within their responsibilities. And you couple that with having to maintain a line. It's like if you don't have the guys who are suited to do both, your defense will pay. Because if you're not a threat as a fullback, what I've realized is people just sit back, do their thing. Like they're not really worried about you. So it's kind of one off the ball. Like they're not going to respect you with you on ball. So they're just kind of sagging back, seeing what everybody else can do and taking your advantages away. So I'm interested. I really am. I think this is a huge summer, and you know, Onana's a good pickup because of what we've done, what we've had to deal with. Excuse me. How great of a pickup he will be, I will wait and see to confirm that.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. Big up to Rhino in the chat as well. Large up all the regulars. Big up all the new people. You're going to see Rhino on here. Again, he's been on this channel before. You're going to see him again. Obviously, you catch him weekly on Said's channel and as well on his own channel as well. Like I say, the league getting stronger, man. You got the likes of Rhino. I'm saying entering the league, Nero. You know, so It's all good. All these things here made the league stronger. Let's bump up the likes though, people. Over 55 of you lot in the building. Like check 1212. Only at 26 likes, people. Bump that up to 40 likes. Hit the share this across all the socials and subscribe to the channel as well. Sarcasm City TV. And make sure you subscribe to Nero's channel as well. The link's in the title. So you click the link in the title, opens up a new tab, and you can go find Nero's channel. Check out his content. He just recently did his first video as well. So make sure you go check that out, and you'll find all of his socials as well. But yeah, with the Onana deal, I'm all for it. It's someone that Ten Hag knows, like you mentioned in regards to it. And when I speak to shout out to Mo from Never a Foul, who's an Inter Milan fan, he can't talk. He talks highly of him. He can't talk any more higher about him. I'm saying he's always waxing lyrical about him. Mo is. So I gotta take that on board, because if he said he wasn't good as an Inter Milan fan, that would be a red flag to me. So he's fully convinced by him, says he's one of the best goalkeepers in Europe. And then when I talk to others on here, the likes of Jez and other panelists who watch more football outside of the Premier League than I do, they can't speak highly enough of him. Everyone does. Everybody's seen. I've only watched him a handful of times, but from what I've seen, I like 110%. He's definitely an improvement on De Gea. I know that much. But I don't need to see no detailed analysis to say he's an improvement on De Gea. You know why? Because he's actually capable of playing the ball out from the back. Like, forget all the traditional goalkeeping stuff. He's good. He's actually of a level. He's competent with the ball at his feet. De Gea is not even that. We all watched that FA Cup final. Never forget Eddie talking about that. Eddie saying, yo, he's playing in blue, just kicking the ball back.
100%. 100%.
And on top of that, I've seen him in terms of the traditional goalkeeping stuff. Like, I don't know about him coming for crosses and him being commanded in that sense, because I've not watched it, but shot stopping, I've seen it. Cool. So it's a step in the right direction. It helps us both defensively and it helps us offensively as well. So I'm all for it. 110%. I'm all for it, like with this Onana deal and the price as well. Or is he saying like 50 million euros or something like that?
Yeah, that's a steal. That's a steal.
That's a steal. He's saying 40
Pay the
million.
money. Yeah. I don't even know why we're negotiating that. Just pay it.
I don't. Let me get to it actually, because 1 second. You lot continue to get your info in. I mean, get the information in as well in regards to transfer rumors and news. I wanted to get to something because someone mentioned it. Here we go. Warrior J. I'll pull this back up. Says Manchester United are now really close to signing Onana. Positive round of talks. Final bid to arrive soon and done deal. Deal will be sealed by the end of next week. Personal terms agreed. Warrior J, I'm guessing this is from Fabrizio, right? Because I've seen Fabrizio talking about this. So I got to commend Manchester United, because as much as we were critical of the Mount deal, look how quickly we've gone on to the next deal. Like, whether you rate the players or not, we're moving at, is it at a quick enough pace? No, but it's at a quicker pace. It's better. And the Onana deal is spot on, because people were so quick to get at Ten Hag towards the back end of the season in regards to his criticism of, I mean, not his criticism, his praise, and him defending David De Gea and saying, yeah, he's a good goalkeeper, he's going to be my number one. But like I always say, managers are going to lie. Like, take what managers say in press conferences and post-match interviews before and after, well, post-match interviews and pre-match interviews with a pinch of salt. They may have to sell him. So he's not going to sell something that is an asset currently right now, and also could be detrimental to De Gea's confidence, and he's still our number one goalkeeper. But the fact that we offered De Gea the deal, he didn't sign it. Well, he was going to sign it, and we took it away. Shows how highly we rate him. We don't. Ten Hag don't rate him. The club's moving ruthless. People ask for the club to move ruthless and be cutthroat and move like a big club. This is a huge step in the right direction, because we was all looking at this going, if De Gea is the number one next season, this is not the right thing. Well, not all of us, but a lot of us said this. So yeah, man, we'll see. But big up, man. Big up for that Warrior.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Yep.
Like, fully with it. So yeah, Onana, hopefully that's done by next week. I'm hoping so anyway. That's what I'm hoping it is. And actually something new as well. I didn't even notice. Warrior J says, sorry, my laptop moving kind of slow, people. Manchester United is still monitoring a Jeremy Frimpong situation. Next steps depend on new owners. His price tag is 35 million. That's from Atleti Goal. I'm not sure how reliable that Atleti Goal is. Nero, we'll go to you on this. Thoughts. I'm not sure how much you know about Jeremy Frimpong. No, he's a right back. You a fan? Not a fan? Need to see more?
Yeah, I need to see more. Like, I'm not gonna cap on here. I know he's played for City, played for Celtic, played for Leverkusen now. So from my head, yeah, from what he's coming from Man City's academy, so I expect him to be good on the ball as a starter. I expect him to be good on the ball. But like ultimately, is he an improvement on Wan-Bissaka and Delo? Is he improvement on those? Like if someone in the chat can tell me, then it depends. I'll need to see. But if we can get him for the right price, I don't necessarily think that fullback is a do or die position. Like, I think our fullbacks are decent in the way that we can rotate it because Malacia can actually play right back. A lot of people don't know that Malacia can play right back, can play left back. Dallo can play left back. I think we signed him as a left back. We've got
You signed him as a right back, but Dalot is capable of playing left back. Yeah, he can
yeah,
play both
yeah.
right back and left back. Yeah.
We've got Wan-Bissaka there. Lissandro if need be. Obviously Luke Shaw as well. It's like if we get Frimpong, how are we gonna move on either Wan-Bissaka or Dallo? You know what I'm saying? Is there offers there? Because if Man United are gonna offload players here, like clubs don't tend to want to buy from us. So I just think that if we're gonna get this guy, we need to sell first. Sell a fullback to get a fullback. But yeah, I'm not too sure about him. But if he's good and he fits what the manager wants to do, I'm open to taking him.
No fairs. Eddie, you seen when I was mentioning this comment that Warrior J brought up. You was all for it. So thoughts on the Jeremy Frimpong.
Yeah,
I'm
I
back in
need
one
that.
second, man.
I need that. See, here's the thing for me with our fullback situation, right? When I think about Wan-Bissaka, defensively, we know the story. Defensively, great. Offensively, leaves a lot to be desired. Wasn't as bad as he has been in the past going forward. But I don't think, I can really trust him to be the full-time starter at fullback in this league and where we're trying to go, right? And then when it comes to Delo, the problem with Delo is he's very good at a lot of things and doesn't excel at one thing, in my opinion, right? Like I think that with Delo, he can carry the ball forward, but him getting assists isn't really there. Um, he can defend somewhat, but if you have a pacey, tricky kind of winger, like we've seen Saint Maxim just do him dirt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things. Shout out to Samson. Appreciate the love, my bro. It's one of those things where I don't know Frimpong, but it's one of those situations where I'm just excited that we're having conversations about getting another fullback. When it comes to left back, I don't want to see Luke Shaw there at all anymore. I am done with the Luke Shaw experiment at left back. I see him praise him for the simplest of things. And then when we really need him to show up, he's nowhere to be found. So,
no, but bro, you say that, but we just gave him a new contract.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. He might, right? He might get some shine over there. But I think the best position for Luke Shaw is center back up to Lissandro. I think
I agree.
That's where Shaw shines the most. The only issue we've had with Shaw is when he had that handball against Brighton. Even in that game, he was solid, right?
Yeah, he was man of the match. He was man of the match in that game.
It was crazy. So
he was man of the match.
He moves like a center back, and I think a good thing is his experience at left back has kind of built this somewhat whatever agility he has in him that's perfectly suited for center back. And I see some people saying he plays what are they saying? Right wing. Frimpong plays right wing. Yeah, I mean, we need some right wing creativity, so it wouldn't be too bad of an idea. Like, and again, I'm fairly confident in Varane in this system that if we have an attack minded fullback, he'll manage. He'll manage. I think in a big part of that though will be our midfield and what support they can provide. And yeah, Malasia is of the fullbacks. Malasia is the only one I have true promise in. I have true belief that you know what, get him a couple games, get him an actual run of games, and we can see what he's really made of. I think he was spotty, and maybe that's to the manager's best knowledge of what he's been doing in training. But I just feel like I've seen enough terrible performances from Luke Shaw that it doesn't really warrant him having more starts at that position than a Malasia.
Yeah, I hear that as well. But
Yeah,
the
go
thing
on,
about
Nero.
Malasia,
Go
the
on.
thing about him, I like him. Like in terms of profile, he's tenacious. Like he's actually very, very confident on the ball. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But the only thing is that I don't think he's per se ready. But I'd say next season he could be ready. But we need to build him into that guy. But
Yeah,
because like the attachment that this fan base has to players like Luke Shaw, he's been here for so long, and they like it's the same thing. We're gonna struggle to get rid of players like him,
like
or
him.
even to
Yep.
phase them out until we get new
Mm-hmm.
owners and we can cut our losses financially. I don't know what it is, bro. Even Phil Jones, like the fact that Phil Jones was allowed to stay at this club for so long,
Criminal.
just is criminal, bro. Like I don't understand that. Like in what company allows you to get paid for doing nothing? I've never understood that. So the thing about Luke Shaw, like I personally, I'm not really a fan of him. Like I appreciate he's got good quality, definitely. Like, and he's shown to
Mm.
me at times that he can be that guy, but he doesn't do it on a consistent level for me. And I think pace and power, what the manager wants to do, Malacia fits that and
Mm-hmm.
build him up to be that guy. But I just think Shaw's gonna stay here because of the contract issue. That's the only thing. You don't give a guy a new contract if he's not gonna play. And someone like him, he's definitely gonna play.
Yeah, I was gonna say shout out to this disgruntled blogger. I hadn't seen him in a minute. Just wanted to give him a shout out.
Yeah,
But
man.
yeah,
Big
I'm
up this
with
one, the
you.
blogger.
I'm
Yeah, go
with
on, Nero.
you. I'm with you, Nero. That's the thing. It's like because I know there's some people. Shout out to Sheik Eric Ten Hag. I love the name.
Yeah, that's a fire name. I
That's
can't
a
lie.
fire name. That's a
That's a
fire.
fire username.
Got
Yeah.
the edits and everything. I appreciate you, my boy. They keep tapping in.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The thing with Luke Shaw is he gives you glimpses that he can play the position, but for the most part, which is I don't know, maybe like 5+ years, he has never been a consistent option at that position. Never. Injury, bad performances, good performances, and bad performances. That inconsistency from the position is what we can't have. Imagine what you might be able to get out of a Rashford if he has a left back that can move
Talk
up
about
and
it,
down.
fam.
Mm.
Talk about it.
He has no support. Like Luke Shaw, here's the thing with Luke Shaw. If he sees it offensively, he's gonna be offensively minded and then he's gonna have a struggle getting back. If he sticks defensively, then you're getting nothing on the offensive end. That's how it goes with Luke Shaw. That's what when I watch him play, I cannot get both sides. I cannot get the creative Luke Shaw and the defensive Luke Shaw. But
Mm.
when he's at center back, you can see the pass that he plays to get us out of tricky situations. You can see positionally his awareness is actually there.
Yeah.
He can actually read the entire field and what's going to happen before it happens. So I see the special qualities that people see at left back, I see at center back with him. And brother, Alex Tellez is a good player, but he's nothing to be bragging about if that's the player you beat out for minutes.
Facts.
He's a good
Mm.
player, solid player, cup, right? Won a trophy with Sevilla this season. But we cannot act like, Luke Shaw has earned the level of dedication that some fans have been given to him. No, yes. Again, so with Malasia, that's where when we talk about him growing as a player, it's him finding ways to support Rashford offensively. That's the thing, because we understand defensively he's going to be a dog. He's going to run after the ball. he's gonna challenge everything. We understand what he is, but can he place himself in our attack as some type of support? That's, I think, the next step that I have, at least with Malacia. I have no questions about him defensively. All my questions are about how he supports the attack. That's it.
Yeah.
And then Sheik, if I get another left back, give me one of the Hernandez brother. Like, I don't even think our left backs are like where they need to be for United. But in the current situation that we are, if I had to pick one of the two, I'm picking Malacia.
Yeah, and I know we started obviously talking about Frimpong, so we'll get to that. But just on the left back situation in regards, man says Malacia has a bozo gene. Malacia's made the one mistake, which was in the Sevilla game. He's better defensively than he is offensively. He's 12 million. I don't see why Malacia is being critiqued when Luke Shaw's been here for however long and has put in so many bad performances and has only performed at times at left back when he's had competition, whether that's Tellez, whether that's Brandon Williams. I'm not even arguing the point that Luke Shaw is Manchester United's best left back. But that's a problem. The fact that Luke Shaw is potentially Manchester United's best left back is a problem. Luke Shaw is a better centre back than he is a left back. Him as backup to Martinez is perfect. He was quality last season when he played centre back. Like Eddie mentioned, the only bad performance he had was with the handball against Brighton. Other than that, that's it. I agree with you. Luke Shaw has improved under Ten Hag as a centre back. His performances at centre-back were miles better than they were at left-back. You know how you know Luke Shaw isn't that good at left-back? Because he's been here nearly 10 years and we're still having conversations. We're still having conversations. That tells you all you need to know. In regards to Malacia, he still has levels he has to improve. But I've seen enough in the first season. He has the raw fundamentals where I'm like, okay, this can work 110%. But in an ideal world, I want us to sign a new left-back. I've said this. Luke Shaw to centre-back and play him as backup to Martinez, go and sign a bad boy left back. Now switching from left back over to right back, I like the Frimpong signing. And people were mentioning in the chat, Frimpong's poor defensively. I hear that, but he's young enough to where he can improve. And two, I'm just tired of the players we have. All these men are replaceable. All these people in our first 11, minus Varane, Martinez, Casemiro. I throw Rashford in the mix as well to what he did this past season. They're all replaceable in the first 11.
100%.
So I'm not saying they should all be sold. I'm just saying that I'm not trying to see them in the first team. Wan-Bissaka, even though he improved, is not good enough. Wan-Bissaka is not good enough. Dalot is not good enough. Luke Shaw is not good enough. Like, we know this. How long do these players need to be here and we have enough of a sample size? Like, I don't get why they're still defense of these guys in terms of style. Bear in mind, Wan-Bissaka had a good season last season, but is he good enough for where we're trying to go to? No. Is Dalot, who I like? No. Is Luke Shaw as a left back? No. Backup left back, yes. Wan-Bissaka is the backup right back. Cool. Dalot was a backup right back or backup left back. Cool. Malacia, second season, I'm going to give you your second season to address it properly. But with Frimpong, I do like the fact that we've been linked to Frimpong. Just because it's someone new. Like, and what I've heard, one is someone new, and two, in regards to his the attributes. I hear he's great going forward. Pace and power. Get him in. I'm saying that's what I keep hearing. Like Jez has mentioned it in regards to it, and no, Justice was here and said, "Oh, he's poor defensively." That's most modern day fullbacks. When you look at most modern day fullbacks, right back and left back, they are not the best defensively. Malacia is actually the exception to that rule. Look at Trent. I'd take Trent tomorrow on my team, 110%. We all know Trent's deficiencies defensively. But if Frimpong can get
by Anthony Alanga, get up out of
here. It is. That's what I'm saying. We know, like, it's a running joke, and I run the pants about Trent getting dunked on at the back post, but that doesn't take away from what he does going forward. So if Frimpong gives me something going forward, that's why you have a Wan-Bissaka in the team. Because then if we're playing away at Manchester City, you don't play Frimpong, you play Wan-Bissaka. And this is where you utilize your team. So as Adam's saying, Frimpong's basically a winger, but he's at the age where he can be improved upon. So I'm all for it. Like, how
that's the thing. Sorry to cut you off, Wallace, again. That's cool, that's the thing. We talk about, and you make this point on multiple platforms. We talk about how Ten Hag can improve players.
Yes.
And then we talk about these issues that these players that might be coming in have, but we forget that, like y'all have said, Ten Hag improves players.
Yeah.
So that's how we got to keep it in perspective. That's how we have to look at this, right? Like, every player that we're getting in looks to be young, except for the idea of Kane. And so it's going to be a development type of thing while at the same time competing for major honors. Because I don't think the manager doesn't strike me as someone who's just satisfied with last season, because there was a lot of points in last season that we were embarrassed. And so for me, like, if they're young, promising, fit the identity of what the manager likes, just take a swing. Now, again, we'll talk on the other guy who signed for our club. I can't even force myself to say his name yet.
No, we'll
But
get to that before we
you
do
know,
get to that, though,
yeah,
fam. We will get to
yeah.
the Mason Mount
Do your
because this is the
thing.
first
Do your
time me and
thing.
you have spoke. First and foremost, Rhino, if you're still in the chat, let me know if you're going live. I will raid you. But big up to my guy Rhino. Secondly, now over 75 of you lot in the building. Big up. Please continue to share this across the socials. Let's try to get over 100 people in here. And let's bump up the likes as well. We are at 40 likes. Like check 1212. When you enter the city of Sarcasm, hit that like button, man. You have to pay the tax when you enter the city, people. Pay the tax, and it's tax free. Hit the like button. So please get us up to 60 likes and hit that subscribe button as well. We were aiming for 7,135. We were at 7,130. Only looking for 5 new subscribers. There's now just under 80 of you lot in here. Now looking for 4 more. So hit the subscribe button if you are indeed new. But yeah, go on, Eddie. You mentioned it. Mason Mount unveiled at Manchester United. Now has the number 7 shirt. This is the first time me and you've spoken about this. So yeah, your thoughts. And actually, before you go, I just want to say big up to Samson as well, who says always looks forward to Sarcasm City TV shows. Good to actually listen to non-emotional, objective analysis. Big up for the kind words, Samson.
Yeah,
much appreciated. And this
Big
is,
up.
as much as we run jokes and run bants, this is the aim of the channel. I try and move away from the emotional side. And like, all right, let's look at things objectively. So I appreciate it. But yeah, go on, Eddie.
Let me take a moment just to, because I love the channel. I'm not trying to get you canceled real quick. So let me just take it step by step. Right, we signed Mason Mount. Flawless has been running this channel for I don't know how long, right? And a significant portion of the people who frequently, appear on some of these shows are Chelsea fans. And for the latter part of 2 years, Flawless has acted as a therapist without the formal training, which we appreciate him for the misery that these Chelsea fans have been going through. And people, do you know who a big part of that misery was? Mr. Mason Mount. Mr. Mason Mount. I watched Surfer lose it. I watched Ahmed lose it, which is not that hard. Who else? I can't even Lewis lose it.
All of them, fam. Victor.
All of them.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All of them. The only one who didn't really lose it is Timo, but we know Timo will be mainlining that blue Kool-Aid, so he ain't never gonna really
yeah. Like that. He was a Timo Werner stand. That tells you all you need to know.
Timo Werner said, there we go, right? Shout out to my dog Timo, but hey man, you got to work on some things. I'm just gonna say it right now. I might, honest to God's truth, I might have to re-examine watching United play. Not so much of the play style, but if I see anybody watch this brother have one good game and say he's better than Pogba ever was, let me see it. Because again, hey people, the wave is coming, right? The wave is coming. If y'all didn't know, once De Gea leaves, the De Gea would have saved that crowd's gonna be there. Once Mason Mount does something spectacular, the Pogba would never crowd's gonna be there. It's finna get ugly, people. Especially if we don't get up on the right foot. And I don't know how we get up on the right foot with 2 midfielders who lack the ability to control the ball. Not talking about receiving the ball. Like, no. Control the ball. Make a simple passes. When you don't have the pass there, keep it and send it right back to where you got it from. I'm telling you what, my patience, bro. My patience is strictly tied to the fact that I feel Qatari at the end of the day. That's what it's tied to, people. I got to keep my emotions in check because that's down the line. And look, speak of him, and he will appear. I didn't even know Surfer appeared in the chat. Hey man, go away, man. This is your fault. This is your fault, and fans like you. Because I know them Chelsea admins that I don't know how they've been paid by Chelsea. I don't know how they do that. How you pay admins? I don't know how you do that, right? They watch your videos. They watch you on Casual FC. Go subscribe to Casual FC too.
Make sure you go subscribe.
They watched your whining and complaining on this very channel, and they made the decision. We don't need him out, but United, hey, they might.
Mm.
It is what it is, man. It is
Nah.
what it is.
You know what it is?
Nero, floor's yours, man. Thoughts?
We've made some out, yeah. Like, okay. Anyone justifying this still, let's just look at the sole reason as to why he's gone. Because I know Mason Mount probably would have wanted to stay. They forced him out. They forced him out the door because they didn't want to pay him the money. I think it was over 200k. They didn't believe that he was worth that. They didn't believe that he was worth over 200k. So what do Man United do? We go give him 250k. We say, we're going to give you, what, 250k, which can rise up to 300k performance-wise. Like, I'm not a pocket watcher, you get me? But, like, Mason Mount, I'm just using that as an example because Chelsea, it would have been cheaper to keep him, to be honest. But they said, nah, let's get rid of him because they believe he's not worth it. They believe he isn't worth it. Like, and we got bumped. We submitted 3 bids for this guy, and they all got rejected. 3 bids. So initially, we believed that he was worth lower than what we actually paid for. We got finessed. We got finessed, man. And it's like, I'm just drained, man. I can't be asked to fight this case. You're just, if you don't hear, you must feel, innit? Like,
facts. I know your mom said that to you. You know what I'm saying? My mom definitely said that to me.
Hey, yeah, he heard that before.
100%, yo.
You must have heard that before.
anyone with Caribbean parents or Caribbean descent, or even African, anyone black has heard that as a child at some point. I was saying, my mom said that to me. My nanas have said that to me. Yeah. Heard that. But yeah, go on, Gary.
Yeah. So it's a thing where I've seen people accept this signing. I've seen people that I know personally that wouldn't have taken the signing 2 months ago. But because he's here, and he's smiling in the Man United shirt, whoa, fuck all of that. Like, let's call a spade a spade. I don't care if he's smiling in that shirt. I don't care, bro. Like, I'm emotionless in this thing. I want you to show me why you've taken that number 7. Why, like, I want to know why. I want to know why you took that. It's not like I don't really care about that number 7, but he, in his head, he thinks someone's gassed him up to take that shirt. Someone said to him, yo, that's yours, bro. So he needs to go and play like it. Ten Hag, we could be sitting here this time next year and say that was the biggest like robbery that we did on our half. Or we could be saying, yeah, bad business. And I think it's going to be bad business, but because the bar's so low for this guy, I'm sort of, he'll in my head, he might succeed because the bar's so low. Like, I think he's average, plain. He's just plain. It's like eating rice with no stew. Like, he's just plain, bro. Like,
he is plain.
This guy doesn't improve us. He doesn't improve us. Like, people talking about 10 out of 10 on the ball. Listen, I don't care if he's a manager, bro. What is Mount good at on the ball? How does Mount transform us? And that's why we need Amrabat. We need Amrabat because, bro, I need someone that can put their foot on the ball. If shit goes left, I need someone there. I need someone within that camp that can keep the ball. That's why I hope Van der Beek, we don't sell this guy. I pray we don't sell him or let him go on loan because I still see a player in there. And I think he's been unlucky with injuries and he hasn't been given a chance. he's my only hope to play Mason Mount out of this team. Genuinely, because Van der Beek at his best, unpopular. I don't even care. I'll say it with my chest. He's better than Mount. He is better than Mount. On the ball, he's better than Mount. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just praying that Van der Beek does the job. I just have to hope, man, because Van der Beek, we've seen it. Him as a 10, when he was playing for Ajax, he was there. He was bagging goals. We know he can do it in the Champions League, in the biggest stage. Obviously, Mount scored in the final. I don't care. Like, I genuinely don't care. But with Van der Beek, I know he can do it. It's just about him being determined. But that's my only hope. I ain't trying to see Mount. I'm not trying to see Mount, man.
Yeah. In regards to it, like the Mount situation, yeah, I've spoken on this enough. People know my thoughts on this. Like, and I echo pretty much what Eddie and both Nero said in terms of it's not a good signing. I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, it's a step in the right direction. It's a major step forward. And that's what's so irritating to me about this is because we've got Casemiro, who's a serious midfielder. He's a midfielder of proper quality. If we went and signed another midfielder of proper quality, all of a sudden as a unit, even with Bruno in the mix, if you put Casemiro next to, let's say, a De Jong, before anyone says, oh, United are not signing De Jong, I'm not saying that. So if anyone says that in the chat, I will block you. I'm talking hypothetically. We go get a De Jong level player or a Casado level player or a Lavia level player. How much better are we? Right down the spine of the team. How much more gas would we be about this Onana signing and a potential striker? Because now it's right down the spine of your team. And that's one thing I do credit Ten Hag with. He's trying to improve the spine of this team like expeditiously. He did it when he first came in the summer. He signed players down the spine of the team. He signed Martinez, he signed Casemiro, he signed Eriksen. And even in the January window, he went and got Sabitzer, he went and got Weghorst, two players that play down the spine, whether you rate them or not. Now we've signed Mason Mount. We're looking at signing Onana. We're linked to a goalkeeper. We're linked to Amrabat, who Nero just mentioned, all down the spine of your team. So it just really feels like such a big missed opportunity for our midfield to level up, for our team to level up. And again, people, I want to be wrong on this. I want Mason Mount to be as good as all the people who rate him. But this screams Cristiano Ronaldo's second time round to me. I see zero positives to this deal. Zero positives. I really, really don't. All the conversation, like I keep saying, is how can Ten Hag improve? Ten Hag can improve Mason Mount. The system he plays in will get better out of him. How are we employing someone? And the talk is how we get the best out of him. How about you work for Manchester United Football Club? Manchester United Football Club don't work for Mason Mount. So, because if we went and signed, Onana, for example, not once has anybody, us three on here, anybody in the chat, or any previous shows mentioned how Ten Hag could improve Onana, which is potential he could, because Onana's at the age where he can improve. But because he's at a certain level, what's the first thing Eddie said? Yo, he's going to improve us playing out from the back. I said it. He can improve us offensively and defensively. Nero mentioned it as well, because he's of a certain level. So when you sign someone of a certain level, the whole conversation is, how do they improve the team? How do they improve their teammates? How do they improve us all overall as a football club? But with him, it's all about how do we get the best out of him? How does Ten Hag improve him? It's not he improves our midfield, which he don't. It's extremely just a missed opportunity. Like I said, I could be wrong. We do go and sign Amrabat, another striker. I mean, another midfielder, sorry. Because Casemiro next to a serious midfielder levels us up. The levels go real up. Even with a Bruno or a Mount in there, if it's Casemiro and another serious operator. And then you add Martinez and Varane behind that. You've got Onana behind that. And then you've got a striker in front of that. Then you've got Rashford, Garnacho, Anthony, Wan-Bissaka, Malacia. All the people, you know what I'm saying, that play all the side pieces down the side. And it's like, all of a sudden, all right, this team is starting to look better. It's just Mount is just not it. He's just not.
No, but flawless. I think the issue with Man United is that there's too many profiles of players. Like, we've got some technical players. We've got some players who aren't technical. We've got some P&P. We've just got it's a pile of garbage, bro. Like, let's be real now. Like, this actually needs Qatari owners. Like, you can get the best sporting director in this club, like in this world. It's gonna be a difficult task. So hopefully they come in, they bring the duffel back, and then they get us sporting directors as well. Like, it's not just it's not just them. We need other guys in, bro. Because fam, Maguire, I saw something. Maguire, I think, is it here? Maguire said something like because we qualified for the Champions League, he gets a pay rise. Like, when did he contribute us? He didn't contribute anything.
That would just be in the contract. You know what I'm saying? That's just bad business on our part. Smart business.
Exactly. Trash business. And now, apparently, it's going to be harder for us to move him on. So, there's too many styles of players in this team. And I don't understand what Ten Hag's doing, because 1 minute is this player and 1 minute is that player. But, listen, he's been employed, so I trust him to get it right. Like, listen, overall, like, I do rate Ten Hag. I genuinely, I do. I like him. I think he's a good coach, but he's just showing me signs that he ain't serious. Because what kind of serious person says, I want Mount? What kind of serious person says, to win the Champions League, to build my dream team, I need Mason Mount? What, like, that couldn't have been him.
Hey, I'm gonna just change computers real quick.
No stress, Eddie.
I'm gonna just change.
Yeah. Jump back on, man. No stress, man. Right. Carry on, Nero. No stress, Eddie. Go on, Nero. Carry on.
Yeah. So for me, anyone, like, I'm just seeing the chat, like, Mount will be banging in goals from the 18. Yeah, Mount ain't doing nothing. Let's be real.
We know he's not a goal scorer. His record shows that he's not no prolific goal scorer. So let's cut his shit. Like, he'll score, don't get mistaken, but he's not prolific.
That's why I think I would rather us get, like, players I've never heard of. Like that goalkeeper, what 5 million? Yeah, Zion. That goalkeeper, 5 M's. And I looked at him, good player. Like, if he goes to a Premier League, like if he was to go to a Brighton and he develops there, crazy. He can be good. Like, he genuinely could be good. He needs to start making moves, but I think we need Amrabat in because as a contingency plan, because this midfield is not going to work. It's not going to work, bro. Let's be real, man. It's not going to work. Bruno still, like, he launches the ball. He's got a timer on his feet that tells him he needs to get rid of this ball. Like, it's not logical. Like, let's be real now, man. Like, goals are replaceable, people. Anyone that's defending Bruno saying he gets goals or assists, like, goals are replaceable. Remember that. Like, if certain players are gonna come out of the team, we still will score goals. Don't get it twisted. Like, we'll still score goals. Don't ever get it twisted. Like, Rashford came out the team, we still had people scoring goals. Obviously, it was harder, but goals are replaceable, man. Goals are replaceable.
Yeah, replaceable. And just to get to this, Brian says he does score. Come on now, he's Chelsea's top scorer since his debut. One season he's had where he's got double-figure goals. So that's Brian. This is incorrect. So let me just dispel some things. We can all give our opinions. He's not a prolific goal scorer. One season he scored over double-figure goals. So let's not act like he's a goal scorer. Let's not pretend he's something he's not. And let me just continue to get to a few things as well. Sheikh Eric Ten Hag says give Mount the chance to prove. We will. Don't get it mistaken. We're going to give that, but we're giving our opinion on the signing right now. And currently, right now, I do not like the signing. I think it's a terrible signing right now.
Bust, bro.
But again, if he balls out and our midfield is much better and the team's overall better and he improves us and we win something major, me, Nero, Eddie, everyone else who wasn't on board with the signing will turn around and go, we got that one wrong. It's okay to get things wrong, people. It's absolutely fine to get things wrong. But if I'm right, which I think I will be, is what it is. I want to be wrong. I never want to criticize Manchester United players, ever. I never want to be like, think, oh, this player is not good. But like I keep saying, this is Cristiano Ronaldo all over again to me. I don't see the benefits. I don't see the positives. And Kingsley here says, what's so funny is Mountain has actually won the Champions League. Yes, so's Timo Werner. Should we go and sign Timo Werner? Like, I don't like
there
that.
Are
Should
too
we go
many
sign
players.
Kai Havertz? Like,
there are too many players that have won things they shouldn't have. I don't want to do this.
The thing is, though, Nero, he played his role and it was cool. Like Mount, Werner, and Havertz all played their role in that season 110%. Do I want any of those 3 players at my football club? No, I don't. I don't want none of those 3 players at my football club because neither of the 3 of them are that good, in my opinion. But we'll give Mount a chance. Don't get it mistaken. And I just want to get to a few other things as well.
They had more ballers than they had shit players. I want to say that they had way
Chelsea
more
team was good.
ballers than they had trash players. So that's
And
why they were able to get away with it.
And the business says, I think Mount will do better than we think, to be fair. The fact Ten Hag wanted him from time means he fits into our system. He wants to play, and eventually he'll take over Bruno, and we get a De Jong type player. In regards to this, will Mount do better than I think? Well, the bar's on the floor for him, for me. So he'll probably do better than I think. Ten Hag definitely has an idea of fitting him into the system, all well and good. But I'm still just not on board with it. And like I said, I've seen better managers than Ten Hag get things wrong. And I think this is just wrong. I don't rate it whatsoever. And to Kingsley, who says, remember, we wanted Timo Werner before he went to Chelsea. And that was a bad idea. It was a bad idea then. It would be a bad idea now. I'm just pointing out, you mentioned him winning the Champions League. Like, it's like that. Oh, yeah, that's a good sign. Like, no, I'm not with this.
So where's Werner now?
Facts.
Where's Werner now?
Facts. You know what I'm saying?
Tells you all you need to know, man. Tells you everything you need to know. All of those guys that won them the Champions League, they're not there anymore. So if they're that good,
notice that.
Yeah.
Notice that.
In fact, basically the whole team's basically gone. I think there's only like 3 players left.
Just the defenders, I think, and Reece James.
Reece James.
Because Jorginho, Kante, and Kovacic have now all gone.
They're all gone. Even Pulisic's gone.
I'm saying. And the thing is, time to shine with this. I'm cool with this because he goes, it's Ten Hag FC, Dutch Players FC, previous admired Players FC, Dutch League Players FC, and the players that I played for him before FC. And I'm cool with that because I like all the permanent signings we've made. All the permanent signings we've made have had a positive impact. This is why, even though we've been linked to this Zion, this goalkeeper, cool, bring him in. Onana, cool, bring him in. Højlund, cool, bring him in. Amrabat, cool, bring him in. It's just that with Mount, I've watched him play myself. So I have my own knowledge of him. And from what I've seen on his resume, I don't like. I think it's a terrible signing. And no one gonna convince me different. And I can tell, I know it's a terrible signing because people don't ever bring footballing facts up. They just bring up stuff like, he scores goals. He don't score goals. I think he's got 20 in over 100 and odd games. He's creative. He has 8 open play assists. We know that's a myth. We know what he's good at off the ball. We know that. Like I said, I want to be wrong, of course. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? With Ten Hag,
just do this quickly because Kingsley says, "My G, it's about what the manager wants. Our previous manager rarely got what they wanted and they failed." Absolutely not. No, it's not all about what the manager wants. No, he shouldn't be solely on that. It shouldn't be one man because Jurgen Klopp wanted Brandt and Goetze, and the club said no. We're giving you Salah and Mane, and look at the success they had. So, like, this is not what we do. You don't give a manager everything he wants.
Yeah.
You do not do that.
Can't give him the keys. Yeah, like I said,
he should be, to me, Nero, sorry to cut you off. He should be a part of it. That's what it is.
100.
Like, he should have a say. But there should be a DOF, head of recruitment, head of scouting, head of the medical team. It should be a mixed thing. But yeah, go on, carry on.
Yeah, it's like I said this in my video. I was saying, like, in order for this club to be successful, obviously on the pitch, we need to do our stuff. But off the pitch, we need guys making the decisions. So I like, for the first season, it was all right. Like, I didn't mind Ten Hag picking his players, but like, he's showing to me that his talent ID is a bit funky because he wanted Nunes, he wanted Gakpo, he wanted those. I wouldn't say that they would benefit us. You know what I'm saying? We need a guy who can scout players and bring them in. Just give the manager can give you profiles, and then you look at the profile, scout. Where do you think Real Madrid got Vinicius from? Where do you think they got Rodrigo from? These guys weren't stars before they bought them. Obviously, they've got Endrick coming in as well. And like, Endrick, he's like a star, but it's like they had to scout him to get him anyway. So Man United don't recruit well. They don't recruit well at all, man, at all. And with Ten Hag, the reason why I can back what he's doing is because the players I don't like aren't players that he signed.
Yeah.
They're not. Like, he didn't sign De Gea. He didn't sign Bruno. He didn't sign Luke Shaw. He didn't sign these guys. I judge him based on how he manages his players that he has, but also the players that he brings in. So Anthony right now, if he doesn't do the business this year, I'm looking at him very skeptically because, like this is your guy. You know him more than anyone else. You're meant to get a tune out of him. And I think what that guy said, I can't remember his name about. He said Ten Hag FC and players that he knows. I'm okay with that because I feel like it's less risk. You know what you're getting with the player that you sign, and it means in your head he has a plan. So it's less likely to fail. You know what I'm saying? Bringing in Onana is cool because you know him. You know him better than I do, better than probably any other manager would. Because I would say arguably the best Onana's played was probably under Ten Hag. And even same with Frankie de Jong. So it's just about that. You can't let this guy just have the keys to everything because
Facts.
that's not how big clubs operate. Like Pep ain't out here Pep ain't out here just picking his players. Obviously, like he has discussions, but he isn't the guy that's
100%.
he has people
100%.
doing it for him. So it just has to
without
be
doubt.
together as a group.
And just to
That's
this,
what I would
Kingsley
say.
again, who says, I don't like this constant doubt on Ten Hag. Where's the constant doubt on Ten Hag?
It's not doubt. It's not doubt at all.
Who here? No, because this is the key words, because words matter, people. Constant doubt. Where's the constant doubt? When have you seen me criticize Ten Hag signing aside from this one? So let's get to this, because I don't like people going overboard because we're here saying it's not a good signing. So what are we talking about here? Where's the constant doubt of Ten Hag? Please let me know, Kingsley.
I don't know. I don't know how long he's been in the chat for, but I literally just said all the signings that Ten Hag has made have been near enough successful. The players that I don't like have nothing to do with him per se. Like, even though I know I look at Ten Hag, I don't think he really rates Bruno like that, but it's for what he could do in that season. Obviously, like he will find a way to phase out players. So there's no doubt on Ten Hag. I believe him, bro. I'm wearing a Ten Hag shirt, bro. There's no doubt here. There's no doubt here whatsoever.
Yeah, there ain't no doubt.
No
Again,
doubt.
people need to stop doing this just because you disagree with a manager's decision. Don't mean you doubt him. You just disagree. I didn't agree with everything Sir Alex Ferguson did, and he is has been miles more successful than Ten Hag and was at that point as well. I didn't agree with everything he did. The doubt is about Mount. We might not like it, but we should not say things like your man said. No, we can say no. Don't hit us with that. So no, again, Kingsley. So you're wrong because there's no constant doubt. So again, words matter. People need to just stop throwing out phrases. There's no constant doubt. So this is the point I'm making. Don't lie on our names. Don't lie on Nero's name. Simple as that. Where I've super supported it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's looking at Ten Hag funny because of this, but that's not constant doubt.
Yeah.
So
that's
don't
not the overall.
To go over to exactly. This is the point I'm making. Man said constant doubt to make it seem bigger than what it was. No, it was the doubt on Ten Hag. There's been no constant doubt. So what we talking about? There's no constant doubt. Nothing but supportive. He legit said, I like the signings. I like what he's doing. I just look at him funny because of this. Like I said, man, people just want to go overboard and all this. What are we talking about? Yeah, I've always been supportive. Hybe's local badger of him. But I disagree with this. So no, I'm not giving him the benefit of the doubt on, you should not say things like that. We can say what we like here. What are we talking about? We can say what we like. You lot don't get it mistaken. Don't dictate to me or dictate to Nero what we do and what we can and can't say here. No one don't gatekeep for our opinions. We're here stating our opinions. Yeah. My G, I've been watching you for a minute and a half, and you always mention Mount in every video. No issue here at all. Yes, because it's news. That's why I'm mentioning Mount. Did Mount just not get announced with the number 7? Have we not been bidding for him all summer? So it's news. Just because you don't like me criticizing it, click the X button. You can go away. Simple as that. You don't have to be here, man. You know what I'm saying? Come to say, mention what I want. People want to gatekeep how we talk. All right, buy in it. You know what I'm saying? Man can dip. It's a topic. You know what I'm saying? You don't like it, go away. Simple as that. So where people get this entitlement.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Entitlement, man. Oh, it's constant doubt of him. Where's the constant doubt? No, it's just the Mason Mount thing that you don't like. Cool. That is what it is. We like it. We don't. Yeah. Oh, why are you talking about Mount? Conversation. You just got the number 7 shirt. Anyway, you lot continue to bump up the likes, people. We're at 56 likes. Get us up to 70 likes. Still just the 70 of you lot in there. Hit the like button, hit the share button. Please subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV as well. Subscribe to Nero's channel. Link is in the title. Click the link in the title right now. Opens up a new tab. Take you over to Nero's channel. Let's get him to 100 subscribers. Can one of the mods please put Nero's channel in the title as well, people?
Yeah, I appreciate
please
that,
do
my
that.
bro.
Yeah, man, anytime, you already know, man. I told you you're next up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, big up Kingsley. But yeah, it is gatekeeping, of course. Or you should not saying things like you should not say things like that is gatekeeping. I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, what was it? Constant doubt. There's no constant doubt. We just don't like the mount thing. That's all it is. It's a bad signing, in my opinion. Simple as that. Yeah. This is it, Danji. Yeah. Because he's been successful in the past. Fellas, apparently you got to like and blindly support everything Ten Hag does and who he signs. Absolutely not. No, that's not what I'm with whatsoever. I'm not I didn't blindly support Sir Alex. So I'm not going to blindly support the GOAT and the best manager I've ever seen. So why would I do it with anybody else? I'm hoping to be proven wrong, though. He also says, hey, Flawless, it's been a while. Hope you're both well. Big up to you. With a keeper like Onana, I'm worried our midfield ain't press resistance enough, especially Bruno and Casemiro. What do you think of that, bro? You don't have to. I think you don't have to worry about our midfield being press resistant because we're not going to be playing through the midfield. That's not the plan. It's going to be Onana will play the ball out and he'll play it to the fullbacks, the centre backs, etc. But I think also what Onana can do, and Nero will know this, and others who have watched Onana more than me, well, he can go long, he can go direct. So he can pick out a left winger, a right winger, he can pick out the striker. Like that type of thing. That's what it is. That's what he'll be doing. So I don't think we have to worry about Manchester United's team being press resistant because our midfielders, I should say, being press resistant because there's no plan to play through the midfield. We're going high energy. We're going Tasmanian devil as football. That's the plan. That's what I don't allow you to say that. That's what I think the plan is. But yeah, do I like that in particular? No, but that's the way he's chosen to go. And check Eddie, I'm saying, with the beautiful background.
Yeah, bro. I had to go move. I thought my computer was gonna work for one day out the week. It didn't even work. So I'm on my phone with it now. So
that's all good, fam.
Yeah. But nah, you know what? You know what's funny, bro?
Cool.
The worst leaders have blind followers who are subjects. The worst leaders have blind followers who are subjects, meaning they're just down for whatever. You feel me? They don't have no kind of pushback. It's just, oh, that's what he want to do, let's do it. Oh, that's what he want to do, let's do it. You have the ability to question any one of Ten Hag's moves as long as you can give a reasonable explanation as to why. And all these brothers have done in this stream is offer you a reasonable explanation as to why they're questioning the Ten Hag move. That's it, people. Let's not take it to the extreme where you think these dudes are just devout followers of the Church of Ten Hag and they're not gonna question anything he ever does. No, we not on that, bro. We not there for that. We gonna call it how we see it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. I don't think any of us really care like that, but you're here, so leave a like as long as you do. Right? So, I mean, at the end of the day, bro, with me and Ten Hag, like, I got a lot of respect for him because of what he did in a year that I didn't expect anything positive at all. So he's built up credit. Now, if this Mount thing doesn't work, credit taken back. Yeah, if the Onana thing works, we stay right there. If he gets more signings and they work, then we look at the Mount situation like, okay, he did. Like I think I asked you that maybe a couple streams ago. Yeah, does he get a miss?
Yeah, he gets a miss because every manager gets a miss, and I think this is a miss. It's just because of the price and like it is. Because man mentioned as well, oh, we don't have a DOF, so how can we sign players? Like, it's not a question of, yes, we don't have a DOF, but there should be somebody else there. Yeah. Not one manager should be doing everything. And on top of that, I have no issue with Mount in terms of the profile. My problem is personnel. What the scouting department says. Why do you like Mount? Oh, well, I want Mount because he gives me this, this, and this. All right, there should be a list of other players. And Mount, actually, forget that. Ten Hag will have other players who can give him what Mount gives him. 1 year left on his deal and we sign him for 60 million is bad business.
Yeah,
Bad business.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? It's bad. Like that's, and don't get mistaken, people. I think that's bad business for any player. Not called probably Kylian Mbappe. He's probably the only one. And even then, I would just offer PSG like 8 EMs and say, all right, take it or leave it. But that's a whole
What about
different
Harry
conversation.
Kane?
Same. That's offer them 60. Year left in
Nah,
his deal. All right,
you
I'll
know
just
what,
sign
you
it for
know
free.
that because
That's
the
why I
thing
would
with
offer
the
them
Kane,
60 though, and be like, all right, you take it or leave it, or you lose him for a free in the summer.
Yeah.
Right, it's on you. Where you going?
The thing with Kane is it's such a unique signing because we dealing with the CEO of Death Row Records incarnate and Daniel Levy. Like, I have never seen a brother who just don't give a damn about what you talking about. I got the big bucks. Like, it's like the same thing with us, right? Because of how we operate, you think financially we're a certain way. That's why when people talk about FFP and all that, hey man, City got 150 charges saying fuck your FFP. So we not finna be like, I'm not doing that if they doing that. Like if they cheating and getting away with it with no name, no clout, think about what could be going down if we was cheating. And all we had to do was like, hey man, we got hotel football right over there. You feel me? Come have a nice one. You know, you have a nice little kickback. We could be them. But instead, these Glazers got you thinking that we're broke boys. It's like, when it comes to Kane, and I guarantee you this, if the Qataris come in before this transfer window is down and they have enough time, they'll make that Kane push.
100.
They'll
We'd get
make that
Mbappe.
Kane push. Because that's what we call here is a statement of intent. That's what we're trying to be about, right?
Yeah.
And then when you think about, the Glazers, what was their statement of intent for this summer? Oh, let me make sure I get my Benz, get up out of here. So we're operating with people who ain't really trying to be here at the helm. We're not all locked in unison as a club right now. We haven't been since even 2013. The way I look at it now, it's like, how the hell we pulled that off with them at the helm? Like, I can't compute it because it's just tough to think. But no, man, I'm not. I'll question anything Ten Hag does because I can and I want to.
Yeah, because because you're a fan and not a stan. That's why. You're a fan of the club. Again, people, is Ten Hag much more knowledgeable than I am in regards to what he's doing? Yes, but just because he's much more knowledgeable does not mean I don't question what he's doing at times. Like I keep referring to, Sir Alex Ferguson is the greatest manager I've ever seen. I question things he did. So Ten Hag will get questioned. And again, if he gets it right, I'll sit here and be like, you know what, I called his Mount deal wrong. And if he gets it wrong, I'll be as upset as all of you lot. Because I don't think the Mount deal works. I think it's I don't think it's a good signing. And yeah, Brian, you literally, the fact that you get it and some others, it's like people don't want to understand. Overall, flawless with the Mount thing. Seems like he thinks we could have bought a better player with the same profile, and I agree. At this point, it's just hoping Ten Hag figures it out. That's my biggest issue.
And cheaper as well.
Go on.
And cheaper, bro. Sorry to cut you off. Just cheaper. I said this. Maddison. We have let Maddison go to Tottenham. Tell me that this guy cannot press. Tell me that this guy cannot get on the ball. Tell me he can't turn. Tell me he can't play under pressure. Mount can't do what Maddison can do. You know what I'm saying? Maddison's a clear player, and he went to Tottenham, who are worse aside, for 40 million. 40 million. I don't care what anyone says. We would have got given the same deal. No one can say Man United tax. We could have got this guy. We chose to get him. We chose to get Mason Mount. If we had got Maddison, people would be gassed. England international. You know what I'm saying? The fact that obviously he got relegated, but the fact that he's playing for a team that battled relegation and still got picked for England, and you've got a guy at Chelsea, one of the biggest clubs in England, and he couldn't get into the English national team. It shows levels, man. It shows levels. So, yeah, I would love to be wrong about Mason Mount, 100%. I don't care how it makes me look as a YouTuber or whatever. I would love for people to come
Service
to my
yourself, man. Hey, content creator. You're not a YouTuber. You're a content creator. Don't let people take that
yeah,
away from you. Carry on. Go on.
yeah.
'Cause
Like
you
I
be out
would
here on
love
Twitch
for
and shit, fam. You a content creator.
yeah,
But go on.
fam. I would love for people to come to my videos and say, oh, this is the guy that Mason Mount, because at the end of the day, it's better for my team. Like, do you guys really think I'm going into games and thinking, oh, I want this guy to fail because I don't rate him? I don't rate Bruno, but I hope he has a good game. That's all I can hope for. That's all I can hope for. So, yeah, man. In this current climate where Madison's going to Tottenham for cheaper, bro, that's a disgrace, in my opinion. I think Madison's clear.
It is. And here the thing is, people, even though Madison is like, he's not exactly the same profile as Mount, what Nero said still stands in terms of you can get somebody who's cheaper, who gives you what Mount gives you in terms of all the off the ball attributes, plus more. You can definitely go and find someone for half the price. Like, that's what my biggest issue with it. And also as well to Kingsley, who says, 1 second. Says, my point is the manager hasn't given me reasons to doubt him, even if I don't like Mount as a player. However, he's more experienced and knowledgeable, like you admitted.
That's
So
alright.
let's see. The thing is, he's giving me things. We on the same wavelength, man. He's giving me reasons to doubt him. You know why? Because we signed Mason Mount. That's the big. That's the thing.
Not only that, people.
That's it.
Don't let the good times fool you. We got smoked 7-0.
Yeah.
3. There are reasons to have some questions. I don't know how y'all forgot about that. So nah, bro.
I'll never forget that.
Never can. Never. So
that's a great point. That's a great
we
point.
have questions. Away record against the top clubs. Yeah. Now I think, like I said, we were like top 5 away records, but we're talking about the title race between Arsenal and Man City came down to 2 games. That's it, 2 games. Think about if they had the opportunity to actually go and compete and beat City twice or beat them at least one time. Then the margin for error grows. When you get those kinds of results away from home, not a loss, even a draw. I know we hate draws, but 7? Nah, fam. We have reasons to question him.
Yeah.
He has flaws. He's not perfect. We understand it's his first season. But going into the second season, we expected to see something else in the transfer window. That's another thing that we have a doubt about. Because like it or not, almost all of his players that he's brought in, he's had a prior relationship with, which is alarming because you want to have a manager who can take someone he's never really understood before, but has a general idea of what he can do and format him into what he needs him to be. Not some guy you're just familiar with that you liked when he was at Vitesse, and you like, nah, we're not doing that, man. We're Manchester United. Like, we're supposed to name.
Go get Casemiro. Go get Casemiro and Eriksen like you did. 2 players you hadn't worked with previously.
Think about that. We went from getting a Casemiro in midfield the next transfer window to getting Mason Mount. That's regression, people. And we didn't even have a horse in the Caicedo race. I don't really care for Declan Rice, so Arsenal have fun.
But I'd say that though, even though you don't care for Declan Rice like that, which I agree with, he's definitely. Oh, has he worked with Eriksen before? I stand corrected, Jack. Thank you. But the Rice.
Eriksen was at Ajax.
Oh, he was
at Ajax when he came back from the heart issue.
Okay, I would have preferred Rice over Mount. Even though I wasn't a fan of Rice like that, I would have been like, I see this more. So
he could fit something.
Yeah, so this whole thing, my point isn't the manager hasn't given me reasons to doubt him. It's just plain incorrect.
I think he's going with the 2-8 approach. I have no problem with, because I think that's the only way to get the best out of Bruno is to play him in the 8. I don't think he has the technical ability to play in the 10. And with Mason Mount, he's an 8 as well. It's the same exact player. That is our issue, people. If we had maybe something else in midfield other than a Bruno, we might be able to see what you guys are talking about. But you couple the fact that we have a Bruno who's the same exact type of player. We paid $60 million, and there were better midfielders on the market. Those 3 things are indisputable. So we can question it. We can question all of it.
Yeah. It is. Brian says, before we close out, he says, Flawless, do you respect Ten Hag at least for buying players sometimes out of left field like Mount, Rabiot, or Malacia, players nobody would want, or do you prefer somebody checking him on some of this? Here's the thing is, I have no issues with any of his signings by this one. This is the only signing that Ten Hag has made that I've gave pushback on. And I'm like, nah, this ain't even the loan signings of Weghorst and Sabitzer. I didn't know too much about Sabitzer. I knew nothing about Weghorst. I was like, all right, your hands are tied. Cool. Go get them. And we've seen him utilize and implement these players. Yeah, Weghorst fell off like in the mid, well, from the middle towards and from the middle to the end, where he still was utilized. We watched Weghorst go away to Barcelona in the new camp and put in a performance in the 10. I can't believe what I was seeing. Sabitzer did his thing. You know what I'm saying in that? Sabitzer did his thing. So, yeah, man, love to have, like I said, this whole thing about any pushback and not doubting Ten Hag is ridiculous. And Kingsley, you just not getting the point. So I'm just done talking to you.
I'll try.
I was trying before. Like, it's not. Nobody said we can't get. Nobody said we need to get a player for 100 million. Again, the reason why I don't even want you to address this because man is purposely not paying attention to what's going on. And he did this before as you was gone when he said, I don't like this constant doubt of Ten Hag when there's been no constant doubt. I am very clear in what I state. Eddie is very clear in what he states. Nero, the young G, is very clear in what he states. If you are unsure, don't presume, don't guess, ask. Say, what do you mean by that? And then me or Eddie or Nero will clear it up even further. That's why I don't even want to address it because nobody said in what you were saying when we're talking about Rice going to get a player for 100 million. Who said anything about that? Again, red herrings, nothing to do with the conversation because Kingsley himself said, I don't like Mount. So there you go, tells you what. But because Ten Hag's got to sign him is ridiculous. But
that's the thing, man. It's like this for me, right? It's like I'm just going. I'm not. You know, to bring it up because I can see it right here, right?
Yeah. Go on.
When he talks about can't complain, we're not saying get him out of here.
No,
there are people out there who are like have done a 180 about how they feel about Ten Hag off of this signing alone. We're legit questioning one decision. So you know what, Kings? This is what I want to have happen. I hope you come back a lot, and then we'll come back for the watch longs, all that. So I never want to hear you say nothing about the starting 11, the subs on the bench. I don't want to hear anything about who should have been playing and who shouldn't have been playing. If that's where we're going, like you gotta have some kind of opinion. You gotta have some kind of opinion about it.
And just quickly before you go, Nero, that's a great point. To people who are like, oh, no complaints about this because it's the signing and da-da-da. All right, no complaints about anything he does then. So if we go tomorrow and try to sign Tyrone Mings and Danny Ings and Ollie Watkins, don't say nothing. If he tries to bring back Weghorst, if we get to the end of August and he brings back Weghorst, I don't want to hear no complaints because it's Ten Hag and we should on that logic. So we're going to apply that logic to Kingsley and all the others in regards to this. In regards to, all right, we're going to back him because it's the manager. Don't complain about nothing. Well, yeah, go on, Nero.
No, I was just saying now with Kingsley, like I can sort of gauge what he's trying to say. Like I kind of sort of gauge what he's trying to say, but it just seems like he's listening to respond, not to understand a point really. But like I can tell, like he's a fan of the channel. Obviously, like keep subbing in it, like, and this is why we have talks like this. You know what I'm saying? It's to have good debates. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's your opinion, but I just don't really take people don't take it out of context because we're bringing you the points, and then it's for you to dissect in it, and the way you're dissecting it ain't what we're saying in it. So it just is what it is.
What's that?
Yeah, because he said I respect all your opinions. I'm saying I can't complain. I kind of understand why we would even get. But yeah, so when we sign a player you don't rate like a Mount, or like I say, if we do sign a Weghorst or he makes a substitution in a game, nope.
That's the standard. That's the standard you set when you say things like that, King. That's all we saying. Like if we can't have a doubt about that, then you can have doubt about that. You'll keep it consistent across the board, and we don't want that as fans. Like if your opinion is Kings, if your opinion is I still believe in him. That's cool. That's cool. That's all good. Like if your opinion is I can see this manager getting something out of Mason Mount that we can't see, we're not gonna push back on that. But all we're saying is, don't tell us not to have our opinion.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it, bro. You can have yours, we can have ours, and we can agree to disagree in this space. That's what makes this channel unique.
Facts.
That's it.
Nah, even with the Weghorst thing, just I just want to say quickly that
It's cool.
Weghorst was brought in on loan. Like he wasn't brought. The way he got criticized was like we
He's a
paid
permanent
like
signing.
like 30 million for him. The guy was a loan signing. Like he was brought in to it was as a stopgap. So like you can't like I'm not blaming that on Ten Hag because his hands were tied, and I feel like signing 2 players on loan was actually good business. Let's be real. We didn't pay money for them. So that's how I see it. So I can't put that Weghorst signing on Ten Hag's head. I can't do it.
Yeah,
California, mind you, this is what California looks like. You know, it's
Eddie
a
having
bit
the time of his
different
life.
than the UK. I heard it's a bit different than the UK, but you know,
It's very much different. Fam.
Here's the sun. Let me show you what the sun be looking like. Let me show you. Like, oh, I can't get out there. I don't do all that. I don't do all that. I don't do all that.
Hey, but large up to user 007 says Eddie living large. That is facts. Big up to Never a Foul for the raid as well. Everyone who's joined. Big up to everyone who's joined over from the raid. Let's bump up the likes. There's now over 210 of you lot in here. Let's bump up the likes. We're at 65. Let's go up to 90 likes, people. Let's hit that like button. Like check 1 2 1 2. Let's hit that like button, please. People, let's do that. Girls up to 90 likes. Please make sure you share this across all of the socials as well. Subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV, because I know everybody here who's watching right now enjoying the content has not hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell as well. We're at 7,134. One more. Girls to 7,135. And subscribe to the Young G Nero's channel. Nero Knows Ball. Link is in the title, people. So you click the link in the title, opens up a new tab. Go subscribe to his channel and go find all his socials through his channel as well. Please continue to get your questions in as well. Yeah, man, anytime. Get your questions in. Just please keep them Manchester United related. And if you do indeed super chat, we will get straight to your comment or your question.
Nah, user 007. User 007. That was for the UK brothers. I know Canada. Yeah, I ain't talking about Canada.
And just to connect, you says flawless. You still, yeah. I just didn't do the call-in show yesterday. That's all. But you still get the call-in shows every Tuesday, every Thursday, 8:30 p.m. It'll be till the end of this month, and then when the season starts back, I'll have to figure out when. But yeah, whilst there's no football and there's no Premier League, etc., for every Tuesday, every Thursday, 8:30 p.m. And don't forget, link for the membership is in the pinned comment as well. So we've spoken about Onana, we've spoken about Mount, spoken about Frimpong. Have I missed that? We missed anything? Let me know.
I guess it's Go ahead, Nero.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if you saw this, but yeah, I saw here. I want to get the right source. I want to find it, but it was along the lines of Greenwood could be going to Atalanta on loan, and we could be using that as a way to get Højlund. So I don't know. I don't know how concrete that is. Well, I don't know what you guys think of that. Cause
yeah, go on, Eddie.
My only thing was why would we make it a loan? Why don't you just sell him? Like it's again, I'm not here for opinions, people, on this matter. I'm just here for the business of football. You understand the type of publicity you will bring to the club if Mason Greenwood ends up on any starting 11 in this country and in the UK. You know what it is. Different cultures have different standards for what they want and want to kind of adjudicate in the court of public opinion. The UK has shown you they are not rocking with Mason Greenwood being on that pitch in that kit at any point in time. Not even just for us, but for any Premier League team, people. That's how toxic the conversation is around him. Now, again, I'm not saying you take away the brother's ability to go provide for his family, because I now understand that he has a child. But he doesn't have to do it on our dime. And if we're talking about wanting a reset, I think this is a part of that reset that we're talking about. Culturally, what are we going to stand for? That's it. And when it comes to Manchester United, That's it. Again, we're trying to improve the visibility of our women's team. We're trying to bring women into football as well. It's hard to do that when somebody who's been involved in the circumstances that he's been involved with will be a headliner on the biggest club in the league. It is what it is. That's just the common that's just common fact. It's not whether or not you think he's innocent or guilty, because honestly, y'all weren't there. Y'all have footage, and we can just go off what we've been given. That's it. That's it. So I don't want to get into that conversation with nobody, because I don't want to see how you think when it comes to that issue. Some things I just want to leave there, right? But when I'm talking about the business has no feelings. The business is a large segment of the fan base, which is women, will not support the club as much as they usually do, with him being the face of it, one of the faces of it. That's just what it is, people. That's just what it is, huh?
In regards to it, I've made my feelings clear on it. And this is not, and Eddie mentioned it there, this isn't like when we're going back and forth about a Mason Mount or a Bruno, or if De Gea is good enough, or Ten Hag or anything like that. Where my moral compass is, I don't want to see him play for the club again. I've said this. So whether we loan him, whether we sell him, couldn't care less. This has nothing to do with his talent as a footballer. I think he's an extremely talented footballer. I backed Greenwood when he was here. With what happened, I don't want to see him play for the club again. I don't want anyone in the chat saying, well, the girl forgave him, her pops forgave him. That's just my moral compass, people. I'm not saying you should think like me. I'm just saying no one is going to make me move off my moral standpoint, because we are no longer with that situation talking about football. Football, we can debate all day long and go back and forth on. That's absolutely fine. No issues with that. If a player's good enough, if a manager's good enough, whatever we're talking about in regards to footballing topics. But with that specifically, don't want to see him play for the club. Again, whether we loan him, whether we sell him, whatever. I'm just not with it. And I've spoken in depth on this many a times. Any regular watchers will know my thoughts and feelings on the situation. And
they bring up a point I want to ask you, Flawless.
Yeah,
just business-wise with him, right? Mm-hmm. You loan him out. He plays up his value. You think this club would sell him?
I don't put nothing past this club. It wouldn't surprise me if we loaned him out to try and make people like, for the tide to, what's the word I'm looking for it to blow over type.
Yeah, the tide to go down. Yeah,
that's the plan. Maybe, and then just wait and then all right, loan him out even for a year, maybe even the 2 seasons in a row, and then like try and bring him back on a quiet one. Like for instance, if we got taken over by Sheikh Jassim, all right, let's push. Yeah, Greenwood's back because everyone's talking about that. Or we make a major signing, say for instance, an Mbappe or a Harry Kane. And it's like, oh yeah, like I don't put nothing past.
But you know what I read about that too? They wanted that dealt with before the sale.
That makes sense.
They wanted the Greenwood situation dealt with before the sale. They didn't want to come into a club where they have to worry about that and rebuild it. I think they get rid of him too. If I'm being real, like I think we find a way. But Neil, you gotta go on this one too now.
You know what it is? Like it's a techie situation because obviously I say what I think. The player, forget personality or whatever. The player himself obviously would help us. Like I think you could admit that. Everyone knows that.
Oh yeah, everybody knows that. He's a talented player. I don't ever talk about his talent.
Yeah, I just think it's just in terms of for the business, if Man United want to have a good, strong brand image and be able to maximize the sales and everything, then keeping him would be a bad. Like if you have the Qataris in, I'm more inclined to let him go because we can get players who are 10 times better than him. That's where I sit with it. It's like if Man United cut their losses, they cut their losses. I mean, if he comes back, there's nothing I can do. I'm not gonna riot on the street and say, Greenwood this, that. Like if he comes back, he comes back. If he doesn't, he doesn't. I'm not picking sides. I don't really have like it is what it is really. But
it's a tough one. Go ahead. My fault. You got it.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, the only thing is that the club should have known what they were gonna do with him already. Like, this should have been, as soon as it happened, you should have known that this is what's gonna happen. If he's not found guilty, then you should know, like, this is what happens, and this is the fact that they're taking long is like, I feel like they're letting days go by, and they want people to sort of get comfortable with the idea of him coming back to the club. So who knows, man? Who knows?
Mm-hmm. No, I
never know what this go.
I hear you because you're speaking to a point that we always talk about. Like, anybody else, any other clubs would have handled this with more care and decision making and precise decision making.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, like, and it's like you said, like, I don't, because I'm a person like who believes in second chances, because, like, just to say what it is, like, living in a world like us, like, sometimes the second chance is what you really need, even though you shouldn't have had the first one taken away from you. You dig what I'm saying? So, like, that's how I am, just principally. But there's some stuff I just don't even stand for, don't even try to defend, right? But it's like, with the age of him, I'm like, you know, I don't want to his whole life just be done for. I wanted to rehabilitate himself and actually do something with his life, because I feel the alternative, right? That's all. That's my principal stance on anybody who commits a crime or anything bad when they're young, except when it's incredibly heinous. I do have a level where I'm like, you know what? You're past the point of save. I don't even want to
see that. That's what it is. Moral compass and what your level is. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So that's the thing with me. Like, I just don't want him representing anything that I represent. That's what it comes down to. I don't want to have to answer and be like, yo, what do you think about Buddy doing what these things, you know, scoring that goal? It's like, I don't even fuck with him like that to be really, you know, giving you an opinion about what he did on the football field. Like, Buddy's a square. For me, he's forever a square and a weirdo. Yeah. That's what it is for me. So, yeah, man, that's why I'm just saying, get rid, man. And, like, if maybe that's the best. I'm kind of the Nero thing, like what he makes is, because I'm like, if we loan him out, he does well, sell him.
It's a lose-lose. It's a lose-lose.
As long as at the end of the day we sell him, how we do it, I could care less. Pretty much what I'm trying to say. Either that's the loan or that's the straight sell. As long as at the end of his spell he's sold, he doesn't come back and play for us, I'm good. That's where I've come to it, because I'm like, I need us to get rid of this conversation.
Yeah.
I don't even like having this type of, you know, serious level conversation and having football be involved with it, because it's like this type of situation doesn't take like a 15-minute, you know, conversation to really address, especially from the purview of men talking about a certain issue. If you catch what I'm saying. It's like,
I get what you're saying, fam.
Like the levels of this conversation, us to be having it without like a woman to really voice that perspective, to me doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. So that's why I don't like speaking too much on her, even about it, because it's real cut and dry for me, like what the dude is. And so y'all can hate or love it, but I it is what it is, man.
Well, that being said, I just literally just went on my gram right now, just pulled it up. And literally, it's Your Fresh TV Sport that Aaron's been working with. Shout out to my guy, you know what I'm saying, Mr. Aaron United every single time. And this is saying Greenwood rejects Juventus in favor of Atalanta. Greenwood will reportedly join Atalanta on loan. Yeah, like, and as long as he's just not here, again, it's my moral compass. So I don't, like I said, we're not here debating whether Mount's a good or good, like whether Mount's a good or not good signing, or whether it's going to work. That I'm open to. This, I know where my moral compass is at with this. I've seen enough evidence.
Let me address David Sarr. David Sarr, bro. I got a god brother. I'm just put it out there. I got a god brother who ain't never coming home. Let's not talk about me having to learn whether or not to forgive people and all this kind of stuff. Yep. Let's not do that. Do that.
And let me just get to this, because he said you guys are probably not parents yet, that you still have this hard line on Greenwood situation because kids make mistakes all the time. Let's forget this shit. He's a kid. Man is 21, I believe, 20 years old. He's
Man.
old enough to know right from wrong. So I would have this hard line. I don't have any kids, but guess what? I would have this hard line on my child. I would have this hard line on anybody who in my family, mom, dad, brother, sister, cousin, uncle, and anybody you see me work with on these live streams, who I talk to more than I talk to my own family. I talk to Eddie, Nero's here. I talk to all these dons you see with me more than I talk to my own family on a daily basis. We are communicating. So they are family. Anybody does anything he did like that, I am cutting you off. I am cutting you off. I go one further. I got family members I don't talk to now for less. I have family members who I grew up with, who I don't talk to, and it's nothing as bad as this. We just fell out about some other stuff who I do not talk to, who I grew up with. I'm saying I'm a 90s baby to put it into perspective of where I'm at. So man's now grown, and again, I'm a fully grown man. And I've got family members I do not talk to because of stuff we fell out over. So yes, I definitely have this hard line, 110%. I don't know who you lot are dealing with, you know what I'm saying, and that, but that's just, again, my moral compass, and I'm not saying anybody should have it. But don't hit me and say you guys are probably not parents yet. Makes sense. Nah, fuck all that.
I don't gotta be like, again, people like, you don't gotta be a parent. You don't gotta be a parent to understand about kids making mistakes, man.
I could just go away.
That don't even make sense now. And again, about the whole story, I don't need to know the whole story.
Facts.
I know what he did
because man don't want to listen. You know what I'm saying?
I know what he did.
Yeah.
Facts. I know what he did. I know what he did.
No, the blood.
I know that. Like, I know what he did, bro. So I'm not. Ain't no reason for me to go back and forth with y'all, bro.
Yeah, and to Barzani says, flawless keeper 100. Greenwood is better than all of our attackers. You just got here, so you missed this. Where I said, no one's talking about his talent on the football pitch. He's an extremely talented footballer.
We're not talking about football.
We're not talking about, again, this is people not paying attention to what we're saying. Nobody mentioned him as a footballer. Nero mentioned it earlier and said, yeah, he's a quality baller. No one's disputing it.
Because let's be clear. If he had never got himself into this situation,
he'd be playing.
He's starting right. 100%. He's starting the whole. We're not even. We're barely even having a conversation about who our striker is because it's
probably him. Yeah, 100%. People are getting two things misconstrued. So just to clarify that, one, no one's talking about him on the football pitch. He's extremely talented. Two, I don't care how talented he is. He could be Ronaldinho level, and I would still have this type. Ronaldinho's my GOAT, best player I've ever seen. Clearly, he could be of that level. And if he did that, I would still have this hard line. If we had the same surname and was family, you know what I'm saying? He could be my brother. I still have the same thought process.
Talk about it.
Like, people don't realize this. Like I just stated, I've got family members I do not talk to, who I grew up with. Bloodline, you know what I'm saying? Same surname, all that. Pictures of us as kids. And I don't talk, and it's nothing as bad as this. Because that's just how I am, moral compass. Like, that's just again, a lot of people's, and that's one thing I've realized, especially doing this, but I knew this beforehand, and I was going to tweet this this morning, I just forgot to. But yeah, man, some people's only input is criticism. That's one thing I've realized. Some people's only input, the only thing they can input is, and I'm all for critique and being criticized, but that's some people, all they have is just critique and negative energy.
Don't make no sense, man.
Yeah. I'm saying that. And Hybrid's local badger, the thing is, I'm not saying everyone's moral compass should be mine, because your moral compass is on you. Mine will be different to Eddie's. Eddie's will be different to Nero's. Nero's will be different to mine in terms of whatever the situation is. I just have, when it comes to stuff like that, I draw the line. You know what I'm saying in that? Yeah. I draw the line. Just because a man's a talent, because I flip the script on you lot right now. Check this one. This is going to be brilliant. And the class is in session, people. If this all the stuff that came out in regards to the Greenwood situation, so the recording or the pictures, everything, if that was Donald Trump in that same situation, do you think there'd be a defense of him? Ask yourself that. To anyone who's backing it, people, to anyone, if Donald Trump was in that same exact situation as Greenwood and all that information came out, so the recording came out, you know what I'm saying, the pictures came out, the text messages came out, would there be this defense of him? No, there's the defense of him. One, because he's a talented footballer, and two, because he's black. That's where the defense comes from. One, because I'm saying that as a black man who's a Manchester United fan. One, because he's a talented footballer who could help Manchester United be successful. So some fans are just brushing it under the rug. Two, We get this a lot in the black community. And this is something I'm realizing. As soon as someone famous is incarcerated or is in trouble, it's, or he's being hard done by. No, man did some fuck shit. This is why you still have people right now defending R. Kelly. There was literally women outside of the jail protesting to free R. Kelly. You know why? Just because the nigga can sing good. He makes great music.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazier too? There was women inside of the jail showing love to R. Kelly. CEOs inside
It's
the jail
crazy.
showing love to R.
Yeah.
Kelly. We have enough struggles that we got to get through for y'all to be wasting y'all time on him. That's the point.
Yes. And just the Kingsley as well, he says, yes, Donald Trump has people in the US who wouldn't believe it. Of course, but my point is the defense would be so much less.
Yeah, you know,
the defense would be less.
There would be some,
yes,
but it wouldn't be like we're going through right now, where you have a whole fan base looking for truths that aren't there.
Put it this way, people, the vast majority, 95% of people in this chat trying to defend it or saying or whatever, or who have done in the past who have now been blocked from previous streams, would not be defending this. Not in the slightest. Not in the slightest. Forget about it. Again, because people pick and choose. Like he mentioned with R. Kelly, just because he's one of the best musicians we've ever seen, women are campaigning for him. And what's crazy is the Boondocks predicted it. You know, I've seen that episode of The Trial of R. Kelly. They predicted that shit. But people will pick and choose for who they like. Because for let Donald Trump be in that situation, a lot of people who are defending this Greenwood thing are not defending it if it's him. And vice versa as well. Like, what are we doing here? But yeah, we move, you know what I'm saying, and that. People will defend, to an extent, people will defend celebrities regardless. Some people, because they're celebrities. Let that just be a regular done. You're not defending him. Let me read that story. What are we doing? Anyway, let's continue to bump up the likes, people. We're at 82. Get us up to 100 likes. Still over 100.
I got 100 in y'all. Y'all got 100 in y'all.
100 likes. And don't forget, people, this show and all the other shows on the YouTube channel, apart from watch-alongs, are available on audio-only platforms. SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to podcasts, type in Sarcasm City TV and it will pop up. You might want to listen while you're cooking, while you're cleaning, while you're at work. You might be on your way to work. You might be in the gym. You might just not want to have the YouTube app open. That's absolutely fine. So if you don't want to, some people prefer to listen to their podcast in more traditional podcast ways. That's fine. So SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever. Type in Sarcasm City TV and this show and all the other shows on the YouTube channel, apart from watch-alongs, will pop up. And if there is an audio platform that you listen to, people, and the podcast is not on there, let me know and I'll get that podcast on there. That's how much I fuck with you, look. If there's some audio platform that is not on, the thing where the podcast is pretty much everywhere. And yes, Boondocks is easily one of the greatest shows ever created, without doubt.
100,
easily,
100%, bro.
Easy.
I was wearing my Boondocks t-shirt today, fam. Oh, bro.
Oh,
I need to. I might rewatch.
Who you got on the team?
Bro, I think it's Huey, fam. Bro, that show is too good.
Yeah. Facts. You know what I'm saying in that. Facts. Without doubt, man.
On the other side of the situation, though, what y'all saying about this? Oh, that's fire.
Yeah. That's fine. Yo, you have to tell me after where you got that still. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I got you. I'll tell you, bro.
I'm saying I need a Boondocks hoodie, man. I need a Boondocks hoodie.
Like, does anybody know anything about this striker? Like, anybody?
Hugh Hoyland. What I say is, profile-wise, he fits, Eddie. He's pace and power. He's 6'3". He's a decent finisher and he's decent technically. Fits the bill. Get him in. We need 3 strikers. Cool. Your 6 foot, like Judge says, man, get his ass on a plane, man. 6'3". Pace and power. Get him on the plane. Those are the goals.
I hear that. I hope we just didn't see that blonde brother in blue and be like, yeah, you know what? Let's get us a little blonde brother, see he can play striker. That's what I hope they have.
Holland Light.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got the wrong, we got the auto corrected. We ended up with him. They didn't know how to put the 2 dots over the U. That they got him over there, right? That's what I'm hoping for, man. From what you tell me, like 6'3" athletic, yeah, we already know what it is.
Yeah, man, 6'3"
This what we need.
Cool.
He's pace and power, but he has, I would argue to say he has more tech than Haaland, but he can't finish like Haaland.
You're the knowledgeable one on this because I've not watched him, so the floor is yours. Thoughts on it?
I wouldn't say that I've watched him bears, but I could say he's definitely way more technical than Haaland. Like way more polished, way more polished to the eye. Like, you know, he can hold the ball up well. Like, he looks comfy in the ball. For someone that's 6'3", yeah, like, listen, it's all about how Ten Hag, like, it's all about how Ten Hag uses him. Is this the guy? Because I don't know how old he is, but I know he's young. So where we want to be in the future, is this the guy who you think could take us to the UCL final, who could win the Premier League for us? Is he that guy? I'm not sure, but from a profile perspective, I think he's good, man. I think he's good, bro.
All right, first. What I'm saying in that. I hope so. Like I said, I've not watched him like that. I just know about the profile. Cool. And we need 3 strikers because we don't have one currently. Martial can't stay fit and is not good enough anyway. Weghorst has gone back alone. We have 0 senior strikers currently in the team, people.
Let me ask you a question about that. Because I saw it was on Saeed's channel yesterday. Martial or Watkins?
Well, right now,
Martial. I don't care.
Now, Watkins, because Martial can't even run no more. Watkins,
listen, Watkins.
It's a tough conversation. That was a great conversation.
Yeah, Watkins, man. Like Martial can't, and don't get me wrong, that's not because I think Watkins is great, but he can run him behind.
Yeah,
Martial cannot do that.
Yeah,
I don't run him behind and hold the ball up anymore or anything. Carry on, go on.
They look, because I'm like, brother, you remember we was watching. I'm just like, damn, he can't run anymore. One of these watch-alongs, you know, just looking at him receive it and turn, it's like, yo, he really cannot run anymore. So I'm looking at, like, with Martial, I don't know who's gonna buy him. I don't know where he can go and be successful. Right? Like, yeah, a lot of people in the chat are saying Watkins. It's make or break Holland. Yeah.
Ivan Toney is the guy. Ivan Toney is the guy.
Yeah. We know that. Yeah.
I haven't got to say too much. Like, obviously, with the Greenwood thing, his situation's a lot worse than Ivan Toney. Like, Ivan Toney's one. Like, Ivan Toney, he's gone on Kick Game. It's like, I don't know if you know Eddie. It's a show that's like basically like Complex. You know, Complex sneaker shopping. Yeah, he went on there and he was just talking about the betting situation. And he was actually like, he spoke on it. So the fact that he spoke on it shows that, like, bro, we can get him. Like, he's not bad for the brand. He's not bad for the brand at all.
Yeah.
This guy would transform us. Like, he's a bad boy finisher. Like, he's good, actually good on the ball. He can pin a man, bro. He is that guy. I don't care what anyone says. I think he's that guy. So
he's the guy. That's the dream signing. If we're being honest, that's the dream signing for all 3 of us up here. Is Ivan Toney.
I wanted him more than Kane. More than Kane, and he's gonna cost less than Kane. Younger than Kane. Listen, it's the most obvious signing we could probably make, other than getting a new goalkeeper.
Wasn't he like 3rd in the league with goals scored? He was top 5 or something like that, right?
Yeah, he was third. He got double
Kane
figures.
Behind Kane and Haaland. Yeah.
Yeah, and something he said in that interview, in that Kick Game interview, he was like when I come back, he was just saying that I've got something to prove. Like, so he has that mentality. The fact that this situation's happened to him and he's not really affected by it. Like, he's just like, yeah, cool. When I come back, I'm gonna show you guys why you doubted me, type of thing. So we need to go and get him ASAP.
Seems like a lot of people in the chat don't even want Kane, which is crazy to say.
Yeah, it's because people are like, it's because, again, it's not at Kane, it's not his fault. You're the last of a dying breed. You're the last of a dying breed. Like, in terms of your personnel, like, again, am I against Kane being at United? No, that's too far. But I'm not here being an advocate for him. Like, yeah, let's get Harry Kane to the club. I've watched you fail to deliver for Spurs. Why can you come here and not deliver? Bear in mind, you've been in better sides at Spurs than we are currently constructed right now. Man's got Bruno and Mount behind him.
Oh, shout out United Spurs of America.
Yeah, big up Jacob. I'm not sure if
Big
the
up.
the redirect did work, but big up to you. You might have to turn it on, Jacob. It might be that. Because even when I look for your channel in the redirects, it doesn't pop up. And you can redirect, anyone can redirect to my channel. So yeah, it's open. I might have to change it. Maybe I got the settings wrong. I'll have to change it, but I swear it's open for anyone to. But yeah, we move. You know what I'm saying? Get your final few questions in, people. We are going to close out in the next couple of minutes. We will be redirecting to Alam as well. He's live on Toronto Hoop Talks. You know what I'm saying? So we're talking all things Raptors. So we'll be sending all of you lot over there. Go hit the like button, go subscribe. Obviously, subscribe to the Young G. And
Oh, he got a hoop channel?
Well, yeah. He's got a channel, fam. So he had it, and then he said he stopped. And then he was like, he started live streaming on here, and he's like, he brought it back. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's called.
All right, I'm gonna tap in with him.
Yeah. Can someone, one of the mods, please be on job and drop the link for Alam's channel in the title, please? I mean, not in the title, in the comment section, please. Or we move. Is that everything?
Yeah, I think so. Oh,
yeah.
Somebody got a question.
Go on, in case I missed anything.
I think I saw it. Where'd it go? I think they were talking about Amrabat or here we go. Football is the game. Seeing as they both cost 30 M, would you take Partey or Amrabat?
Big up football is the game as well.
You know what? I'm trying to get out of the business of people who are hurt all the time. So yeah, give me Amrabat. I'll take that.
What are you saying to this nigga?
That's crazy. That was crazy.
Amrabat. I don't want Arsenal's scraps.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not like we'll ever get party, but Amrabat, bro. Amrabat all day. The guys, bro, like, just even that tackle. Remember the tackle he did to Mbappe? Just, bro, man clamped him, bro. Him and Casemiro. Yeah. I don't want to get too gassed. If we get Amrabat or Onana, bro, that pivot of Amrabat and Casemiro is murder.
That'll be dope.
That is murder season.
That'll be dope.
That is like, I want to punch you up like PMP at his highest level, bro. Yeah, man.
Jesus. Yeah, I'm with it. Go get me Amrabat. Fits what we're trying to do. Eddie mentioned it earlier on the show about like character off the pitch. So yeah, I'm fully with the Amrabat deal, without doubt. Fully with the Amrabat for the price point as well. Yeah, go and get him, without doubt. No, make it happen. The AMs, yeah, like if it's him, obviously Onana. Hopefully this deal gets done. A striker needs to be landed as well. And Toronto Hoop Talk is Alam's channel. But once we end, we're gonna redirect all of you lot over there anyway. So if you're an NBA fan, you should be tapped in. If you're a Toronto Raptors fan, should be tapped in. And if you support Sarcasm City TV, you should be tapped in. Because you know that's a branch of the Sarcasm City TV tree. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to Alam's channel.
Sub you, man.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe to Ahmed's channel as much as he is a joke at the Bridge 258. Links for his channels is underneath in the description, and Nero as well. But yeah, that's everything. We legit, you know what I'm saying? It's a great show, 2 hours. We discussed that.
Yeah, man. That's a mad first show, you know.
Yeah, man.
You look at Nero, man. We told you was made for this shit.
Facts.
Come on, man. I appreciate it.
Anytime, man. Anything you want to add, and on top of that, let them know where they can find you and all that good stuff and what you got coming up.
Yeah, nothing else I can really add, to be honest. I think we covered everything, bro. 2 hours. We put in work, man. Yeah. But yeah, man. Just YouTube, Nero Knows Ball, closing in on 100 subscribers. I've got a video out there already. So listen, I think there's 168 people in here. Bro, I know there's like 20 people that can subscribe. I know there's like 80. That's what I'm asking.
Links in the title, people.
Y'all go click that. You won't get X'd out of this video. Go click that. Come right back. Go sub. Come right back.
Thanks.
Nah, big up, man. Large up always, man. Large up. Large up the chat as well, man. The chat do well.
Chat real ones. Facts.
Yeah, real ones, man.
Real ones they are. But yeah, Nero, man, good to have you on here, man. Definitely gonna get you back on here again in this capacity again. Eddie, always blessed, man. Love this Friday, ManDem United.
Yeah,
podcast.
man.
It's always good, man.
Love it too, dog. It's dope. It's dope. Cause you gotta find you ain't gonna find this type of chat everywhere. So especially shout out to chat mafia, like I call y'all. Y'all wild in that chat, but y'all know what y'all talking about football wise. So many names I could shout out right now, but we trying to close out, get my brother follow some rest. You feel me? So yeah, we just gonna keep it at love to everybody in the chat. You know who you are, who come on a consistent basis. Subscribe, please. Did we make that subscriber mark? Any
Let
chance
me double
that
check.
joint?
Yeah, because I said 7,100. Oh yeah, we did because we are 7,136.
See?
Let's make sure some
Y'all
of my
killing
unsub
it.
though.
This is what I'm
Some
talking
hate.
about. Every
some-
time y'all
Mm.
pull up with a friend, tell them to subscribe, leave a like, all the goodness. Make sure you subscribe to the homie Nero, like AKA youngest in charge. Make sure
Facts.
you
AKA
Come on,
the
bro.
subscribe
youngest in
to
charge. That's
Ollie,
fire. That. That's fire.
Toronto
That.
Hoop Talk. And let's get it
Big up,
going.
man.
It's all love everywhere, man. We got a long time before the season comes, so
Yeah.
y'all got a lot of content coming still, man. For real.
Yeah.
I Eddie, why don't you start your own channel though? Like you're good, man.
Oh,
You're
man,
actually good.
brother, my attention span. Followers gave me to sit down for 2 hours. If he could teach my mom how to do that, she'd pay him $1 million. Goddamn it! So yeah, that's really what it be like. So yeah, the
Soon,
attention
That-
span.
soon come. It's gonna happen.
Soon
Trust me.
come. You might
Eddie gonna
get me.
get
You might get me.
Eddie gonna get the bug, and it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? The same way
Yeah,
Alam did it, because
yeah.
that's what Alam said. He was like, because he popped up and he was in the chat. He's like, yeah, I got a channel. I was like, oh, since when? And he's like, he had it like previously, and then he stopped, and then he did a couple live streams. And well, no, he did started live streaming on here, and he's like, that gave me the bug to get back into it. Then he did a couple of live streams on his channel, then told us about it. So it's like, all right, yeah, man. So we're gonna raid to him. Like, this is all everybody eats, man. Everybody eats 100%. So it's just great, Nero, that you started your own thing. Eddie, I know that will happen at some point.
It'll
Yeah.
happen. We'll see.
Yeah, like I say, big up Nero here in the chat as well. You know what I'm saying?
Large up, man.
Make sure you sub to his channel, and big up to High Breeze Local. Badger, who says, guys, been a beautiful 2 hours, great show with great content.
Oh man, we
Massive love, guys,
appreciate
and
that.
community.
High
Big up, man.
Real talk. That's
Big up,
dope.
my
That's
bro.
a dope
Appreciate it.
message, man. Appreciate that.
And big up to all of you lot, because when we agree or disagree, the vast majority, like 99.9% of you lot, even when we disagree, are respectful, and I respect that. So salute.
Mhm.
We will continue to block the idiots, because there's no place for them over here. When that you will be banished from the city. You know what I'm saying? You'll be banished from the
Get
fight.
that pink paper.
Yeah, man, you get
Sent
banished
to
from the
jail,
city, man.
fam.
We throw you in the jail, you're not coming back. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, that's legit what it is. So yeah, man, salute to everyone who's locked in. We're gonna raid the land right now. We're back tomorrow. What have we got coming up tomorrow, people? Oh yeah, so it'll be late show, 11:30 p.m. Actually, no, midnight. Sorry, midnight. The Manchester United Chelsea Spurs show. So ManDem United, Ballers at the Bridge talking that Tottenham talk. Myself, Surfer, and Jez. I'm definitely gonna try and sort something out before that as well, people, in regards to the boxing show on the Twitch. Bring that back. I know I didn't do a Q&A today, well, technically yesterday, so I might try and fit that into the schedule as well. And I'm trying to get something going on the Twitch tonight in terms of pro clubs as well. So look out in the next 15 to 45 minutes, people. So 1 a.m., 1:30. I'm trying to get the gang together to run pro clubs. So yeah, love to everyone that's locked in. This has been the ManDem United podcast. Hybrid says, I'll spread the love, and Nero will sub, brother. Send me a link. Nero don't need to send you a link. It's in the title.
Just click it in the title.
Click the link in the title. It's right there in
Yeah,
the title.
man.
Click the link in the title. It opens up a new tab. But someone will probably drop it in the chat as well. But this has been the ManDem United
big up.
podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.